Good morning, everybody. Pastor Stitch, Narrow Path Christian Church, BC, Bay City, Michigan. Welcome to the Biker Devotional. So, it's raining outside this morning. It means all the salt's getting washed off the roads and we're not going to get any more snow. I want that to be a prophecy because I really want the bike out. But that's another story altogether. The reality is, it is raining outside and it is washing all the salt off the roads, and it's going to freshen up our lawns. It's going to cause things to grow. It's amazing, and I'm grateful for it. But when you're sitting in a metal building and you're listening to it rain, it can sound a little depressing sometimes. And sometimes we get hung up on things that aren't just what we think they should be, or they're not going the way we think they should, or the way we want them to. If I had my druthers, that motorcycle would have been out a long time ago. But every time I get a chance to rain, the temperature is going to be below 40 degrees when I'm coming home. And there's always been ice and snow melt during the day, and I'm always worried about hitting black ice on the way home. So I haven't gotten the bike out. It's frustrating, but it's safe. It's right. It's the right decision for me, not necessarily for you. Maybe you don't live as far away from the destinations you have to ride to, and so you get to get your bike out a little more often and ride during the daylight hours. I watch you go by, I hear you go by, I smile, and I grumble to myself because I didn't think to get my bike out. And then I remember why. But I'm happy for you. You know, this morning is March 31st, 2023, and I am looking at Proverbs chapter 31 in our amazing study of the book of Proverbs. If you've been hanging out for any length of time, you know I read a chapter of Proverbs a day, the chapter that corresponds with the date. That allows me to read all the way through the book of Proverbs multiple times every year, and I get something every time I do it. But chapter 31 is one of those chapters I don't get to read every month. I only read it when the month has 31 days. You might think to yourself, well, why wouldn't you read it if it doesn't? That's just the way I've always done it. I'm not saying it's right. There's a lot of tremendous stuff in Proverbs 31. For those who have been around the church for a long time, they know this is the chapter that talks about the amazing life. Preached a sermon a long time ago about the fact that amazing wife can only be amazing wife if you are an amazing husband. And as I was looking at it today, and I was thinking about what today is, I started doing some thinking, and then as I came on here to get ready to do this, I remembered something, because Facebook is a good long-term memory person for a person like me that doesn't remember dates, and I should. Today is 10 years since my wife, my amazing wife, decided to get baptized. How incredible is that? And I've been blessed to be able to be a spiritual leader in her life those 10 years and lead her there as well. And I'm grateful for that opportunity. But I got to thinking about this capable wife, or this great wife that Proverbs talked about. And I got to thinking about the biker community. You know, and if you're in the biker community, you know that your woman is your old lady. And it's not a derogatory term. It is a statement of protection, and I can't explain it to you if you don't understand. If you've been hanging around the biker community for a little while, you're starting to understand it's not derogatory. It's a statement of love, and more than that, it means that everybody else in your environment is also respecting your wife because she's your old lady. But if you've never been in the biker community, you might be a little bit confused what that means. You know, Solomon made sure his son understood how and what it looked like to have a capable wife, an old lady. In verse 10 and 11, it says this: "Who can find a capable wife? She is far more precious than jewels. The heart of her husband trusts in her, and he will not lack anything good. See, the reality is, it's not just about a wife who does all the right things. About a wife who becomes this capable, perfect woman that every man wants. She is that. She becomes that. She strives for that. But it's also because the husband has a heart that trusts her. You know, when it comes down to it, we have to remember this. Guys, it's our responsibility to make her know that we trust her, treat her like we trust her, treat her like a queen. Even though in the biker community we use terminology that seems derogatory, the actions that go with those derogatory terms are completely different. My wife rides on my motorcycle, she's riding bitch. That's the phrase. That's the queen's seat. No one rides in the queen's seat but my wife. I might call my wife my old lady, but she's my queen, and I trust her to have my back, look out for me, do all the right things when I'm not around, say all the right things to the right people, do what needs to be done. I know I can trust her. And because of that, I empower her to be that. So guys, you have the responsibility in your wife's life. Ladies, you have a responsibility to live up to it. And if you're not married, guys, you have the responsibility to grow into the man who treats a woman like a queen. And ladies, if you're not married, you have the responsibility to honor and respect men so that they can look to you as a queen. You see, we get how we act. It's not as much about what words we use, it's what those words mean. Now, I get it. In the society we live in, those words sometimes they're horrible. So make sure you understand what's going on around you, but live your life right when it comes to a relationship with a significant other. Who can find a capable wife? She is far more precious than jewels. The heart of her husband trusts in her, and he will not lack anything good. The next verse, she rewards him with good, not evil, all the days of her life. You see, both have equal responsibility in a wife that is capable. I love y'all. Hope you have a great day. God bless.